Hey, welcome to Tech Tips with Sold Out Media. I'm Amanda.
And I'm Linus.
Today we have the Blackmagic ATEM Mini Pro. And this is a great little production mixer board. We've come from a long line of broadcast boards, everything from large sports trucks productions to medium-sized mixer boards.
To this.
And actually, I was so surprised at how much you could get out of this tiny little piece of equipment.
Yeah.
So let's dive in and talk about it a little bit.
Yeah.
For one thing, it has 4 HDMI inputs. And how we have it set up right now is we have 2 cameras coming in. You could have 3, but we've chosen our 4th channel actually to be an input from the computer so that we could run graphics or media or clips for it. And we're actually also running the Blackmagic software that controls the ATM remotely from this.
Yeah. Which you can use with either Ethernet cable or the USB-C.
That's
cable.
right.
Yeah.
And this Blackmagic, it can actually take a whole variety of formats, anything from 720/50 up to 1080/60 and all the formats that are in between that. Doesn't do SD, doesn't do 4K.
No, that's
Right.
fine.
That's fine.
It's for streaming anyway, so
Right.
4K is
So
too much.
in this scenario, where I could see this mixer board really being useful for you, if you're doing a lot of company meetings or you want to record some training for people in your company, especially now where we have such a social distancing world, this is a great tool to be able to sculpt your message a little bit or form your message in a way that can get through well. If you're a church and you're looking for a way to get your sermons out to people, this is also a really terrific tool with a really great price tag on it.
Yeah, exactly. We use it for our church every Sunday, so
exactly.
It's genius.
Right. So I think that it retails for $5.99 in the U.S. We're in Sweden right now, and I think we paid 7,000 Swedish crowns for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So to just get started, it's a basic A/B switcher. You pick your input, and then you pick cut to cut to your next feed. We can bring up the computer as well, like I said. You can also do all of that in the actual software. So if you don't want to use that or you're far away from that, you want to have that more local to the cameras because, to be honest, it's using HDMI. It's not always easy to get long HDMI. So you could actually leave that closer to your cameras and have a longer network run to your computer.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right?
And it's super smooth.
Right. Why don't you talk a little bit about the media stores in this?
Yeah, so let me show you. We have the stills here. We don't have them prepared. I'm going to show you that on the software. So we actually have the media folder right here, and we've just added in 2 green screen, 1 lower third, and 1 tag, and then we actually have the big basketball here. You see. We'll go back to the switcher. Go back to the media player right here, and this is where you actually choose which one you want. So we're going to do the basketball, and then you're going to see here I'm going to pick the still, and we're going to cut to the still. Then we got the basketball right here.
Right, and that's so cool. So, and you could also do the same with video clips if you want to run them through, not through the media software, but if you have a clip ready, you can just bring it up to full screen and then take it live there. This does lower thirds as well through chroma key.
So we just, since we use the media player to use the pictures there, we're going to do the lower third. I'm going to choose that guy. And we're going to go to palettes. And I actually already have this selected with chroma right here. So all you have to do is press the key button here. And let's take my shot right there, and will take me live with that.
There you go, with a lower third and everything.
Like a lower third.
Yeah. So the other incredible thing about this mixer board is it also can control your audio. It's what we would call an audio follow video or an AV mixer. And there's a lot of different ways you can bring audio in. You can actually have audio coming from your sources, from your cameras. You can also have 2 3.5 millimeter TSR inputs into this machine. Now, there is some delay that comes with the TSRs, but I'm told that there is a firmware update right
firmware
now.
update that will get rid of that.
That will correct that. control some delay.
The delay.
Yeah, exactly. The reason why that is HDMI tends to be slower in getting an audio signal or a video signal to you than traditional analog. Analog, when it comes to audio, is very fast. You can control which audio is coming in. So say you have audio coming in on each of the HDMIs. You can actually select those to be on. So you have a mic on camera 2 and a mic on camera 3. You can select those inputs. Or if you want to have audio follow video, so say I have just one microphone on camera 2, that would be my microphone while I'm talking, and I want to show a clip while I'm doing a presentation, I can just select audio follow video on channel 2 and audio follow video on channel 4.
Yeah, for clips.
Exactly. So then if I'm on channel 2 and I'm talking, then I want to go show a clip on channel 4.
Yeah, exactly.
Then I won't over talk the audio on my clip.
Yeah,
right?
And now you're not in the audio here.
Exactly. At the same time, though, this has a fully functioning mixer in it. You can use a very basic mixer. So say I want to actually talk about the clip while the clip is showing, then I select camera 4 or input 4 and camera 2 input 2 to be on. So now it's the clip audio and my audio. And then I can actually use these little arrow key buttons to lower or raise the amount of audio that's coming through. Coming through. So I can have the clip audio a little bit lower than my audio so I can explain what you're seeing. Yeah. But inside the software, there's actually a really great fully functioning EQ system and faders, everything that you would expect from a professional audio recording device.
Yeah.
So you can control exactly how much of what you want, dial out frequencies, and have a really great tool here to use for your output for your audio.
Yep.
So a full mixer inside the software.
If you actually, from the start when you get this guy, don't forget to bring down the gain. It's going to be maxed out. I did that mistake. First meeting we did not sound that good.
No, exactly. We rented this for a church, and there was... Always make sure you test your equipment before you go out with it.
Yeah.
There's one other function with this mixer board that we have to talk about, and its ability to connect directly to Facebook Live or YouTube. You can actually take your Facebook Live key or your YouTube key and actually put it straight into the Blackmagic software. Do you actually have...
Yeah, let me show you.
Yep. You can see
so
here.
you go into the switcher menu, and you actually just go into the output right here. And this is where you add the key, what platform you're doing, the source, and of course the key and how high quality you want to do it. And then you just have to press right here if you want to go do stream on air. That's
how simple
now we're
it
live
is.
on Facebook.
That's how simple it is.
Yeah.
So let me tell you, I used to do tons of conferences, both like church conferences and business seminars and stuff like that, where they wanted us to record or do the presentation on screen so you could see the video on screen as well as live. And if I had this tool 10 years ago, my life would have been great, and I would have been booking about 10 times as many events as I was.
Yeah.
Back then I had these little switchers that would make black cuts between, they were called Kramer switchers. They were great, but they weren't always seamless switching.
No.
So this is a terrific, and you can actually pick some different transitions too on this. You have some crossfades, you have some slider transitions and stuff like that. I want to say one more thing about this before we sign off, and that is it fully supports the Blackmagic Cinema 4K and the 6K. Now, right now we have Canons connected to this, and what they mean by supporting the 4K and 6K cinema is that you can actually control the color correction in the camera from the software. You can control the iris, and if you have the right kind of lens, you can actually zoom in and zoom out with it as well.
Yeah, look at that.
Now, I said that this only does up to 1080-60 in terms of formats.
Progressive.
But I really, really believe that Blackmagic will come out with a software or firmware update that allows you to support this, the 4K at least in the 4K cinema cameras.
Yeah.
So, Blackmagic, if you're listening, please do
Hook
that.
us up.
Yeah.
We want to try it out.
All right. Terrific production mixer, has great uses. Again, if you just want to have a multi-camera Facebook Live for your business or for personal use, we have a friend who does online gaming, and this would be great for him to be able to switch between his shots and his.
Absolutely.
We should actually see if he wants to rent it from us. Thank you so much for being with us today. If you have any more questions that you'd like us to address with this little machine, please comment on the video and we'd be glad to take up any of your thoughts.
Absolutely.
Thanks so much.
Thanks, guys.